bottle?
Ain't much good. That's all there is.
Battlefield did it. They're adding a Forge mode to Battlefield 6. Isn't this amazing? I know personally that this mode makes the game shine. It gives the community the option to make whatever they want and make the game's life more extended and make more fun for the community.
My name's Leo100, I'm a Far Cry 5 map maker and I also made quite a few maps in Halo, so I think I can give my best in-depth look at this trailer, breaking it down for you guys.
This was a map I made last year on Far Cry 5 using the map editor. This map's an overgrown city and I just want to show it to showcase the possibility of
Custom community content.
In this video I want to break down the Battlefield 6 map editor teaser trailer. I'll also be using a lot of footage from my Far Cry 5 maps that I've made in the past and also old Halo Reach content, which I think is a good comparison and shows how amazing a game can be
with full community support and the potential of it. I don't want to hear any crying about showing loads of Halo Reach or Far Cry clips. It's just from the background I come from. I'm an OG Halo player and a current map maker, so I'm going to be relating it back to a lot of these games. I believe that any game that has a creation tool is instantly S tier in my books, just because it can give so much creative control from the community.
Games that follow this path of using a map editor have such a bright future. Let's relate this to Halo. Halo Reach. What a campaign. A beautiful game. Now we hop into a custom game built by someone else on the Forge mode of Halo. Next thing we know, we're jousting trucks at high speeds. Halo is such a soft spot in my heart, especially with the Forge mode. There's so many fun memories when I was younger playing it and playing the custom games. Especially with the killer grid, made a lot of people sad with this one, and it's a good trolling instrument definitely. So with my long history and knowledge of Forge creative and map editor modes, let's break down the Portal teaser.
And with the return of Portal, you can also build, share, and play your custom created experiences.
Okay, this looks nice. They've shown off parkour maps straight away, and I think that's an awesome thing to do because there's so much content and playtime in these maps trying to figure out and beat hard maps. As someone who's built quite a lot of Far Cry and Halo parkour maps, I can tell you from experience this is going to be fun to make and play. There's going to be so many people pumping out these really hard, difficult maps, and it's for us to beat them. I think this is a really good first step for community maps and showcasing parkour because there's so much to do and so much community growth possible. For the next shot it shows us this white area and then this orange area. I've got slight suspicion that you cannot change the orange area and that's a set map. I could be wrong, but if I am right, it's much like GTA where things are already fixed and you build on top. I really do hope I'm wrong with this verdict that I've come up with from seeing these photos in the teaser trailer, that different coloured items are permanent and items that you can change and the ones that are white are added in. Hopefully there's more like a Far Cry 5 kind of style, what I'm used to, something like a completely blank canvas as shown in this clip, which later has the potential to become an entire map, completely new content that us, the community, make. Or maybe I'm wrong with this idea of permanent objects. Maybe these coloured items, just a theory, could be orange being ones that could explode and ones that could fall down, and white being immovable, things that just permanently always there. I just love the terrain as well in Far Cry 5. I'm just going to yap about my favourite map editor right now. Pretty much 5 has this tool to make terrain, and they do bumps, raise and lower, flatten, smooth, ramps, erosion, and as I'm sure this mode's going to be updated, so these things can all come later, and I'm sure they're going to keep a flow of updates to this mode.
Updated toolset that features editing tools that will let you create even wilder experiences.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I just saw Speed Halo in the teaser. That's awesome.
Also in that clip I slowed it down. I think I found more evidence to back up the fact that the orange buildings don't move, as you can see them clipping through the white items. I think the white items are the only items we can place in a move, but I may be wrong.
I also found there's a bit of information about the mode that's coming that backs up my ideas of not everything being able to change, where it says move some existing elements around.
and stating it could be a slightly upgraded 2042 system, which they've just tweaked a bit and added some more things.
In Portal's newly redesigned verified mode, modifiers will allow players to set up hardcore rule sets with one-shot kills, closed weapons, and so much more.
Hardcore rule sets. Interesting. Does this mean we could potentially make a infection mode like Halo Reach and try and bring back an old classic mode on Battlefield? That would be awesome. Honestly, I don't know how we'd do it, but if we could have this last stand mode against hordes of infected, it would be cool.
I mean, I wonder if it's possible. I know a lot of people played Halo Reach custom games just for the infection modes of some of them, like Get Out of My House and Fat Kid and all these modes. I mean, for that to be a mode in Battlefield 6, I'd say it's definitely a hardcore setting. And it's not even something new for Battlefield. Back in Battlefield 4 they did a temporary zombie infection mode for an Halloween event. Something like that created by the community would be amazing. I have such good memories from infection modes on Reach. I love them, I still play them to this day.
Full progression and XP game.
With updates to our UI and navigation systems, it will be easier than ever to find and share exciting new experiences made with Portal.
Another great feature, races. Having floating tanks as rings to go through is really cool. Another thing I want to touch on is they mentioned a on-launch browser system. This is something that Halo didn't have for a long time, especially the MCC, and it got it much later when it needed it, so it's good that that's coming on launch. I also found this bit of information about a horde mode, arcade-styled puzzle mode, a top-down shooter, platforming, levels. This is all really cool, and they're even giving us some base starting ideas with this little list that I found, and I think it just shows how much potential that this game's got and the longevity of it. Farcry 5 is a probably 13-14 year old game now, and I published a map in 2025 and it's well over about 2,300 plays, and it's just a parkour map about getting to the top. But this shows the impact of a map header how many years later, and it still has people currently playing it and making maps, which is awesome. I also quickly like to thank the people that record my maps and have given gameplay playthroughs of them on the YouTube. I just want to say thank you to these people, and it really helps. And if you want to check out any of my maps, just go on my channel and I've got trailers for all the different kinds of maps I've made and where to find them. But that'll be all for the conclusion of this short teaser we've got. I just can't wait to see what Battlefield 6 do with this mode. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep making my Far Cry 5 maps with the trailers coming out on this channel, so keep an eye out for them. But thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a good week going forward. Take care and God bless.
In life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever.